Okay, and we are live. Hi, everyone. Welcome. I hope you're having a fantastic day. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Sarah Kaufman. A lot of you are friends and family of mine, though. Either way, I'm really excited to have you guys here to share this information with you. We have a lot of great stuff planned. So, before we get started talking about Juice Plus itself, I wanted to share a little bit about how Juice Plus has helped me and my son Ethan, who is almost 6 years old. So let me bring up some pictures for you guys. Okay, so we have been eating Juice Plus for about 2 years now. And when we started, Ethan had just finished up a year where he was on antibiotics 3 separate times. And he was sick literally once a month. So once a month, he had to stay home from daycare for 1, 2, 3 days, sometimes longer, from colds, fevers, infections, you name it. And so, of course, every time that happened, his dad or I had to stay home from work with him, so we were missing work too. As for me, right about the time that I started, I was having some serious problems with, well, the clinical term is IBS. Stress-induced digestive problems, basically. Very painful, very uncomfortable for those of you who have experienced it. And I was probably right around 40 pounds overweight or so, which I'm sure did not help anything. So by the end of that year, after we started taking Juice Plus, it was about 7 or 8 months later, already we could see tons of benefits. Ethan wasn't getting sick on a regular basis anymore. I wasn't having any stomach problems. And I had actually lost probably about 15 to 20 pounds. And then a couple of major benefits that I experienced over the course of taking it, not just in those first 7 or 8 months, but throughout the last 2 years. I no longer suffer from seasonal allergies. This year is the first year I really noticed it, because a couple weeks ago, spring really just started here in the Seattle area. A couple weeks ago, everyone started complaining about their allergies. You know, flowers are blooming, there's pollen everywhere, and normally I'd be a part of that crowd. I'd be complaining about the congestion, but I'm totally fine, and that's really awesome. Overall, I just don't have as much problem with allergies anymore. And the last thing that I wanted to share for me was even cooler. In the last 2 years, I've actually tried more new healthy foods just in the last 2 years than I had like the entire rest of my life leading up to that point, which is crazy. For those of you who've known me for a long time, you know that I'm a really, really picky eater. Prior to Juice Plus, my eating habits were probably about the same as my 5-year-old's. Pretty ridiculous. But now, even though I'm still more picky than normal people, now I eat things like spinach and kale. I've actually eaten mushrooms a few times and all sorts of fruit that I never would have touched before. So it's been really cool. It's actually basically expanded my palate, and it's exciting. So now I actually have Carolyn Kaufman, my aunt, who introduced me to Juice Plus. And I wanted her to share a little bit about how it's helped her and her family, and then we'll talk about exactly what Juice Plus is and how it can accomplish all of these amazing things. So, Carolyn?
Okay. Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining us. Well, for me, it's really helped our family transform a lot. When I first found out about it, I was going through a really stressful time, and I had really low energy, and I was getting really tired. So it gave me a lot of energy and sustained energy, so it helped me last throughout the day. And my skin got a lot clearer, my hair and nails got stronger, and my nails used to peel. And so after I started taking Juice Plus, I noticed that all of that had stopped. My gums used to bleed a lot, and they stopped bleeding. And then the most amazing for me was when I, oh, the first picture, I'm sorry, that Sarah was showing too, that was me before Juice Plus. I don't know, Sarah, if you go back, I had the wrong piece on. But that was me before Juice Plus. I was overweight too, so I shed. It helped me go down a few sizes. And then the most amazing part is you see me wearing glasses there. I've worn glasses since I was in junior high, and you know, in my 40s, my eye doctor kept waiting for my eyes to get worse, and my eyes actually got better. And this year was the first year that I was actually able to. They had to change my prescription because my eyes had gotten so much better. So that was pretty awesome. For my family, my husband, he used to suffer from sleep apnea, and he would, I don't know if any of those of you are familiar with that, but he would wake up or he would stop breathing and he'd make all these noises, and I would wake up all the time and it would freak me out, and he doesn't do that anymore. His snoring got less and he got less grumpy. That sounds really funny, but it's true. And he used to have allergies like Sarah a lot. I mean, almost throughout the year, and he was taking over-the-counter medicines all the time, and I can't remember the last time that he's had those. The rest of our family, like my daughter, Ariel, she got really clear. She also shed weight. Her skin got healthier. And I noticed that just my children's behavior changed. They got more confident. They started trying new things. I don't know, just the nutrients that they had, it just helped them so much. For my boys, it helped their stuffiness. They used to have a lot of nasal congestion, and that went away. And then my youngest, Dylan, there, he has so much energy. We always say he's all of our children times 10, and it really seemed to mellow him out a little bit and help him just calm down. So it was a lot easier just to work with him, for him to understand and share with everybody. And then with my mom, and you can see actually all of us, pretty much except for Dylan, have shed weight since being on Juice Plus. And then my mom, when she first came to live with me before I was on Juice Plus, she was really sick. She was in and out of the hospital with all kinds of stuff from her back to diverticulitis, which was really bad at that time. And she couldn't even reach her feet. Like, we were trying to figure out, like, okay, who we're going to take her to get her toes done and all that stuff. And now it's amazing. She's doing so much better. She has lots of energy. She can reach her feet. She doesn't suffer from the illness like the diverticulitis that she was, and she's doing really well. And so it's just been really great overall for our family.
Cool, thanks. Sorry, I was adjusting the technical stuff. That is awesome, and I know because you're the one who introduced me to it, so in the last 2 years I've also been able to be a part of watching the cool effects that it's had on you guys, and it's really great. Okay, so now, what is Juice Plus? So once again, I'm going to bring up my handy-dandy slideshow. Okay. So what is Juice Plus? Juice Plus is a whole food nutritional product. It's not actually classified as a supplement, it's just food. It's dehydrated fruit and vegetable juices. And that's something that you'll notice when you actually see a bottle of like the Juice Plus capsules, is there's actually a nutritional label on it. It doesn't say supplement label, it says nutritional label. It's food, which is great. There's actually a really cool how it's made video on YouTube. For those of you who are interested, I'm going to be posting the link to this video on the event page after the webinar. So Juice Plus as a company is really just interested in providing easy, convenient, whole food nutrition. And to achieve that, they've created a pretty sweet product line. You have the capsules, which is where most people start with. It's your essential nutritional foundation. If you're like my mom, who hates to swallow capsules, or if you have a youngster or child who could benefit from some extra nutrition, they have the same ingredients, all the fruits and vegetables, in a gummy form that you can chew, which is awesome, and they're delicious. So there's that. Okay, so this gets you what you need every day from fruits and vegetables, which, by the way, is 5 to 13 servings according to the USDA, which is just ridiculous. That's a ridiculous amount. I mean, even people I know who are really healthy probably don't get up to 13 servings per day because, to be honest, most of us just don't have time to prepare or to eat that much food while we're off doing whatever else we need to do to live our lives. So yeah, it's tough to do. So on top of that, we also have the complete shakes and bars. And it's the same thing. It's a whole foods nutritional product, tons of protein, extra fiber, good stuff. I particularly love the chocolate shake. Surprise! And actually, the last time I was visiting Carolyn, hold on just a second, you guys. Sorry. There we go. I'm sorry, technical difficulties. I thought I would, so, hi, I'm sorry, we have one attendee, not to call you out, but we're trying to mute you. I'm having a little bit of trouble doing that. Could you, by chance, you know who you are, could you, by chance, click on the arrow at the top of your own picture and hit mute? Thank you. Maybe. I'm sorry. All right, we're just going to carry on. I think we can handle it.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. Where was I? Oh, so the last time I was visiting my Aunt Carolyn, she made a complete chocolate shake. And she makes it with tons of extra stuff, with almond milk, a whole handful of greens, chia seeds, and then at the end she added a scoop of peanut butter. And it was pretty much the most delicious, healthy Reese's peanut butter cup that I've ever drank in my entire life, which is pretty excellent. Yeah, so, okay, so for some people, making any kind of dietary change can be really difficult. I know anytime that I've tried to do that, it can be kind of challenging. So what people are doing is called a complete transformation. This is a 6-week program where you take the Juice Plus trio of the capsules or the gummies and the complete shake on a daily basis for 6 weeks. And what it's doing is it's jump-starting your healthy lifestyle change. And so some of the things that you can expect, as shown in this slide here, you can expect to see probably a little bit of healthier weight. You're going to have improved immunity, better digestion. I'm just going to sort of skim through this list here. Improved circulation, improved athletic performance. If you're an athlete, this is a great system to be on. Stronger antioxidant defense. So it's pretty cool. And like I said, it jumpstarts you, because after you do this for a couple weeks even, you're going to start to feel better and you're going to be more motivated to be healthier, because that's one of the things that Juice Plus does. Okay, so obviously all these benefits, they're amazing, but how exactly does Juice Plus accomplish this? Well, the way that I like to look at it is you're literally eating healthier. Like I keep saying, it's a whole foods product. It seems a little weird because it's in capsule form, but it's just food. So imagine your personal situation with whatever you're experiencing health-wise, some challenges or some ailments or whatever. Imagine what would happen if you just started eating better, healthier food. What do you think would happen? Well, that's what I would expect to see with Juice Plus, more or less. But I'm also kind of a sciencey nerd, and the good news is, so is the Juice Plus company. The company actually has a super impressive resume of studies. Here's a list on the screen here of some of the universities who have published studies on Juice Plus. And I do want to clarify, especially for those of you who have done a little bit of your own research on some of these types of products in the past, these studies are done on Juice Plus, not individual ingredients in Juice Plus, but on actually taking Juice Plus the way it is now, the way that you would take it. And that's a pretty important distinction. So here is a high-level bulleted list of what these studies show, these published studies. First of all, and most importantly in my opinion, Juice Plus is shown to be bioavailable. That means your body actually does absorb the Juice Plus and does use it. It doesn't just pass right through you. So, I want to go through a little bit more on this list. Reduces oxidative stress, reduces systemic inflammation, supports your immune system. It actually helps protect your DNA, which is pretty crazy. Like, I haven't heard that about anything else. That's a really interesting study to read if you're into that. Supports cardiovascular wellness and healthy skin and gums. Really awesome stuff, guys. So that is the bulk of the information that I have for you on the Juice Plus products, how much it's helped me and my family, how I know it's good for me. One other thing I wanted to mention is there was a product on the initial picture that I showed you that we didn't really talk about too much. It's called the Tower Garden. Again, it's not something that we're going into in depth in this webinar, but it's something that I would love to give you more information on outside of this webinar if you're interested. So before we open to the Q&A, I'm sure one of the first questions to be asked will be about the price. So this is an overview of the monthly price for one person for each of the products. You can see that you can get the garden orchard combo, which is the fruits and vegetables, or the vineyard berry option by themselves, or you can get it as the trio, which is what I do, because honestly, if you're going to take this step, if you can, I mean, go all the way, right? Take all three. You're getting all of the benefits. That's the idea. So that's what I do. That's what I recommend. Then for the shakes and the bars, there are 2 varieties of each. And I wanted to clarify that you can get them as a variety pack. You can get some of each flavor, or you can just choose to get all one flavor. So if you decide that you have a favorite, you can just get all of that. And then you may notice that on the upper right, there's a different price for gummies for kids, and that's because they actually take fewer of the gummies to get the right amount of nutrition for them. And you'll see there, so on each of these I have a per day cost, which I think is pretty good. You can compare this to, you know, like getting a coffee every day. But if you see with the chewables for kids, one thing I wanted to point out is Juice Plus, the company, they have what's called the Children's Health Study. And in this program, any adult who has ordered Juice Plus is taking it can actually sponsor a child into the study, and that child will get their Juice Plus for free while they're participating in the health study, which is really cool. So happy to give you more information on that if you would like. Ethan's participating in the Children's Health Study currently, and some really great information coming out of that. And then I also have the complete transformation, so you can actually order it all together if you wanted to do the transformation, which is something that I'm going to be starting really shortly. I'm really excited about that, and on my Facebook I'll keep you guys updated. If you're friends with me, you'll see some of my feedback about that. Okay, with that, I am going to open up the chat. Hey everyone, I'm back. Okay. So now you should all see the chat window open up on the right-hand side of your screen if you are logged into the Google Hangout. If you're on YouTube, I'm sorry, you don't have the chat, but if you're Facebook friends with the person who invited you, shoot them a message, and we'll see if we still can't get your questions answered. Checking my notes. Yeah, so I'm going to give it a couple seconds for folks to type in their questions, and we will get to answering those. Typing is hard work, so we're going to wait. In the meantime, while folks are still formulating their questions, something else that I wouldn't have thought Juice Plus could have helped me with, but it did, is that I'm actually drinking way more water now. First of all, it's recommended that when you're taking Juice Plus, you drink more water with it, just because, same thing with any other, well, not any other, but other kinds of multivitamins that you probably have tried in the past, even things that the doctor prescribes, if you take it all at once on an empty stomach, you can get really, don't feel good, right? So with Juice Plus, because you're getting all of those nutrients and vitamins, the whole foods version of it, you need to drink a lot of extra water. And it actually also has helped me to want to drink extra water, which is really cool. Okay. So we have a question. What if, I'm going to get that for you too, Carolyn. What if...
Hold on, there's a question coming in. Did you get it?
Yes. So the question is, what if someone has concerns with food allergies, such as pineapple? And one more question. Let's answer the first one first. So first of all, Juice Plus, on a whole, is mostly free from the very common allergies, peanut allergies. Gluten, I believe it is also free from. For the other allergies, I've heard, you know, pineapple is the one that's in the question. I've also heard of some people being allergic to tomatoes. And what I've heard, I don't think that there's any official statement on this. Carolyn, you can correct me if I'm wrong. But because some of these allergies are, what's the word? It has to like touch your skin to be able to it. Like tomato allergy, I think, is one that falls into that category for some people. People who have had those allergies when they eat the actual fruit don't have any reaction when they take the capsules.
Yes.
So obviously, if you have an allergy, especially a severe one, you want to talk to your doctor. If you have a specific allergy and it's not a touch-sensitive reaction, shoot me a Facebook message, or Carolyn, or whoever invited you, and we'll look it up and find out that information. Carolyn, did you want to add anything about allergy?
Well, sometimes what they do too is they suggest that people, like, they start off slowly, like maybe they start with just the fruits and to see if they have a reaction from it. That's also another one. But I know a lot of people who normally would have reactions to fruits and vegetables, and they do not with the capsules. So it's very individualized, and you know, like Sarah said, you can check with your doctors, and you can also, you know, try it and see how it, you know, little by little, to see how it works within your body.
Okay, so the next question is, where are the products made? So that's a really good question, an interesting question. The fruits and vegetables that go into the products are actually sourced from many different farms, and each farm has to live up to certain standards. I can send, actually I'm going to post more information on the event page from the Juice Plus site that gives specific information about where it is. It is, I believe, just in the U.S., Carolyn? Do you know if that's true?
There is some, and there's a few farms located in other countries too.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So I'll post more information on that question, but yes, it's not one specific location. They're sourced from different farms, so to get the best quality of each ingredient that that farm specializes in, which I think is pretty cool. How old is the company? Off the top of my head, I don't know. Carolyn, do you know that?
Yeah, NSA, which was the original company, it started 40 years ago with air and water filters, and then they came through with Juice Plus about 21 years now.
Okay, yeah, so that's that's that. And then they did change their name to just Juice Plus to be a little more recognizable relatively recently. So the next question is, do you have to live with the child to sponsor them? So the only requirement that I know of is you have to be the child has to be participating in the study, and what that entails is answering a survey. So I don't know if the live-in requirement is a technical requirement.
No.
Okay.
Yep.
So you have to be getting the surveys and be able to answer them. How is my child reacting to the Juice Plus?
Yes.
Okay, the next question is, can you speak about the science and research that goes into Juice Plus? And I'm assuming that last part is it an organic product? So on the science and research part, there's tons. You can actually access, I think there's over 30 studies at this point that are published. You can access each study, and I will post a link to those studies on the Juice Plus page. And they are on, each study is on something specific. It is, like I said, people taking Juice Plus, not on individual ingredients. If you had another specific question about the science and research, go ahead and post that, and I'll see if I can answer that a little bit more. Anything on that subject, Carolyn?
No, I think the same thing. There's so much in-depth studies. I mean, you can go, like Sarah said, on the site. You can see, actually, you can look at every single published one if you'd like. I have a few copies of my own, but you know, if you're someone who's able to read that, but it's pretty incredible. And then if you don't mind on the organic part, a lot of times what we say that it's better than organic, they actually test for not even just, you know, they make sure there's no chemicals, pesticides, herbicides, mold, mildew, like nothing in it. So the quality control of this product is outstanding. Next question is,
why does Juice Plus not advertise? So the exact why, I don't know. I do know that most of the advertising is done via personal networking. Yeah. And actually, Carolyn, if you could speak to that a little bit more, that'd be great.
Yeah, well, that's actually what the business part of all this is. That's why they chose it, so they can take it person to person. Because if this was something that was just on the market too, there's not the explanation behind it. It's really the gift that we have is to go out and educate and empower people with the information of why they want to take it, what it does, and how it works within our body. And so they leave that to us. Although I will tell you, they are getting more and more information out there. There's a lot lot of doctors that are advertising and speaking on behalf of Juice Plus now, and they're like, you'll see it, you're seeing it pop up in a lot more of the magazines, and so it's coming out a little bit more, but they purposely they chose to do this as the business model that they use in the MLM, the direct marketing. You know, it's kind of a unique system, but that's what they chose.
Okay, and the next question is, will Juice Plus interfere with medications?
You want me to take that one?
Hey, if you're really excited for it.
But the only one that they talk about that interfering with is Coumadin, and it doesn't interfere, but what they do ask is that you check in with the doctors, because as someone is on it for a long term, they may have to reduce the amount of Coumadin that they're on.
And what is Coumadin? I don't know that.
That is a blood thinner.
Okay, got it. Mm-hmm. Otherwise, as a general rule, if you are taking medications, talk to your doctor. But the way I see it is, like I said, this is literally just food, fruits and vegetables in a capsule. If your doctor is if he's not gonna tell you not to eat more fruits and vegetables, you'll be safe taking Juice Plus.
Yeah, I mean, that's literally what you can ask them is it okay if I have fruits and vegetables? And you can show them the list of the fruits and vegetables that are in it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Awesome.
Any more questions?
Okay. What's that?
Oh, I was just checking to see if there's any questions, any more questions there.
Okay, actually, I think we're going to go ahead and wrap up our Q&A. If you have additional questions, or if you're interested in starting your own Juice Plus journey, please get back with the person who invited you. They'd be more than happy to help you out. Okay, so on the Facebook event page, I also noticed that we would be doing, or I mentioned that we would be doing a bonus session on the Juice Plus business side of it. We've experienced so many amazing benefits with Juice Plus, and what we learned is that this is a company that's not only helping people with their health, it's also helping people with their wealth. So now Carolyn's going to go ahead and take over the webinar. She's going to tell us a little bit more about that.
Thank you, Sarah. First, I'm going to share a little bit about my story. So I don't know if you'd share the pictures now, Sarah. So I first heard about Juice Plus about 3 years ago in 2011 from my then next-door neighbor, Lorraine Nolan. I had a past illness with cancer and lupus when I was in my early 20s that led me into alternative medicine. So I was not excited at all about supplements or interested in vitamins. After Lorraine gave me a few more nudges to look into Juice Plus further, I found out that it was just whole foods, and that sounded great to me. At that time, I was undergoing a very stressful period with my family, having a lot of challenges. We were having financial challenges. I had just gone vegetarian about 9 months prior for the 5th attempt, and I had been working on getting my family to eat better with little success. I started taking Juice Plus, and I felt a difference right away. I had much more energy, and somehow I was able to handle the stressful situation in my life much better. I started thinking more clearly, and I started shedding weight. About 30 to 60 days after taking it, my friends and family started to notice the changes. My whole family started to transform. It was amazing. We started to feel better, behave better, eat better, look better, and we started to drink a lot more water. I started to attend all the Juice Plus presentations I could go to. I learned more about nutrition in 1 year than I had my entire life. After going to conference that first year, not only had I fallen in love with the product, but I fell in love with the company, and I realized that they were in alignment with my heart. I had dreams in the past of a mobile growing system, and at that conference, they introduced the Tower Garden. I knew I was in the right place at the right time. I remember that earlier that year, I had prayed and put out to the universe that I was ready to find a path that would balance my spiritual practices and financial freedom in a way that was in alignment with my heart. And I sat there at conference and I realized that this was it. From that point on, I wanted to share this amazing opportunity with everyone, because we never know how this might transform someone's life as it has done for my family and I. And you can actually see these pictures from, I'll probably notice this with the before pictures and after, but also on Facebook. You can see the journey, the transformation in my family. Now, 3 years later, still vegetarian, feeling better than ever. My finances are growing more and more, and I fall more in love with the Juice Plus products, the Tower Garden, and the company every day. I feel so blessed to have this tool in my life and so excited to share this with others and continue the journey to plant the seeds of the foundation for our future. And I'm really excited to share this with you today. I'm just going to give you a little bit about the business and this amazing company, which their mission and their passion is to inspire healthy living around the world. And the vision of Jay Martin, which is the founder, is to build a stable and lasting company that will help as many people as possible realize their dreams. And that is what they're doing. Every conference and all the people I've gotten to meet, it's incredible to see how people are doing that. They are living their dreams with this, getting healthier and wealthier. So today, what I want to share is, Sarah, if you'd like to put up that the document, that would be great. You know, and right now this is such a perfect time. You know, this gives us the opportunity to share this gift that so many are looking for. People are looking to get healthy, and they're looking for financial freedom in a world where a lot of things are crumbling. So it's perfect timing. So what you're seeing here, this is the basic stair step of the business, of the company, and basically, those who are, if you're familiar with multi-level marketing or direct marketing, you know that there's a point system that's set up where all the products are allotted a point, and it's basically per dollar. And if you look in the left-hand corner on the top of this page, it shows you the point system for the products. Now, down below the stair step, this is how you start out. So this is the fast tracking. There's a slow way of getting there, which means as much time as you want to take, you know, you're still going to climb. It may take you a lot longer, but this is what you're seeing here is the fast track setup that they've put in place, and it's pretty incredible. So the first one you see, it's when you become a distributor, you pay, it's $50 application fee, and you are now what they call a dealer or distributor. And you get now a retail profit even on your own products, so that like when you order for yourself, you're going to get that retail back even on your own products. Then when you get the next step, you see is a direct distributor, which we call DD. And on that one, the fast tracking that they have in place right now is if you get 500 points within a 30-day period, and it's really great to do that in your first 30 days to really jumpstart your whole business. And that is included in, you know, your orders. You know, maybe you share the complete transformation and, you know, mom or a friend, and you get 500 points. You then jump up. Not only you get 6% commission, but you also get a $100 bonus. That's something new that the company just put into place. So now from that point on, you're going to get retail profit plus 6%. The next step is called the VF, and this is the one that I really encourage people to jump to as fast as you can, because this is where you're going to notice the difference. You're going to really start the residual income. And a little side note too, that the great thing to know is you never go backwards on this. Like, you never lose your position. Okay, the income that, you know, that's up to you. So now going back to the virtual franchise, the fast track of this is within 30 to 60 days, you get 2,000 points. And the way you do that is you join, or you invite some friends or buddies to join with you. And let me tell you, that is such a blast. I'm having so much fun with my friends and family doing this with me. And so they join in. You still can use your 500 points from getting your DD. And now between all of you, you get 2,000 points within a 60-day period. You not only now jump up to VF, you get 14% commission on top of your retail profit, but you also get a $250 bonus, okay, which is really awesome. And that comes to you within 2 weeks. Now the next step is, they call it qualifying your business, PB qualified VF. And what that means, you're going to hear that probably a lot through the company, is qualifying your business means that you get 1,000 points every single month. And when you do that as a VF, after you're a VF, you get an additional 5% profit. Now, when you're doing this, that includes the points also come from your team. So now the next step is going to be going to sales coordinator, and that's where I'm at right now. remember when I was talking to you about inviting your buddies to join you, and what I found is the more buddies you have to join you, the more amazing it becomes. But you're going to help yourself, but you're going to help your friends too, and you guys get to do this journey together. But now it helps you is if you have 3 people that you're working on that came in with you, and now we're going to help them jump up to VF like you did. So then they jump up to the 14%. They get a $250 bonus, but you also get a $250 bonus for each one of your friends, those 3. And when those 3 get their VF, you jump up to sales coordinator. And at sales coordinator, you make the top commission level, which is 22%. That's the top commission in the company. And you also get your retail profit. And then now you also qualify for an additional bonus is when you jump to the next level of POB qualified, which means you get 3,000 points a month, and again, that's your team-wide. Then you qualify for an additional 4%. So you can see this can really build. And on top of when you become the sales coordinator, I forgot to add that you get a $500 bonus. So if you start adding that up, you've gotten your $100 to be DD, you've gotten $250 to become VF, then you got $250 from your 3 friends or more who become VF. Now you're getting a $500 bonus, and this is on top of your retail, on top of your commission. So it's up to each person. There's no limits here. It's amazing what you can do, the possibilities. So now you're at sales coordinator. To jump up to that, the next level is senior sales coordinator, and that's what I'm working on right now. And the bonus there is $1,000 if you do it within a year. And I'm sorry, the time frame to get to fast track to sales coordinator is 6 months. For senior sales coordinator, it is a year. But now what happens is you still get the same percent. You still get the 5% PB bonus, the 4% POB bonus, and now you also get a business incentive of up to $500 a month, and you get a $250 holiday bonus. So it's pretty cool. The next level is QNMD, and that's where you go into more training. The company actually sends you out to their home facility in Tennessee, and you go through a weekend training. In-depth training, but you also get all the other bonuses. Now your business incentive bonus goes up to $1,000 a month. You also get a $500 holiday bonus, and you get, I believe it's a $200 ticket to a boot camp, to attend one of the boot camps. And I apologize, when you jump to VF, you also get a conference ticket too. And then now you're just finishing off your structure to become a national marketing director. And the amazing thing with this is you're getting all these other bonuses, all these other, possible for the percentages, the 4%, the 5%. But now you also get a full benefit package, and it's an amazing benefit package. It's better than some of the top companies out there. It is life, dental, medical, eye care, long-term care, prescription reimbursement, and college reimbursement. You get a $1,000 holiday bonus, and you get up to $3,000 a month in business incentive bonus. So you can see how amazing this is, and it doesn't stop there. It keeps going. So now, if you kind of look above in the box in the white, it talks about you and a 3 club, a 12 club, a 39 club, and a 100 club. This is how you keep growing. The more as your team grows, and it's not just with you, it's all your downline. But when they call it a club, every person that qualifies their business, they're one. So you 1 to 3 team members. So when you get your team and like say 2 to 3 people are getting $1,000, or I'm sorry, 1 or 2 people are getting 1,000 points a month, you're making about $6,000 a year. When you go up to a 3 club and you have 3 to 11 team members that are qualifying their business at 1,000 points a month, you're now making about $15,000 a year. 12 club goes up to $40,000 a year. 39 club, $120,000 a year. 100 club, $250,000 a year, and it goes beyond that. And I know people in the business at all levels of this company. I know people that are just starting out, and I know some of the millionaires in the company, and I know it's just amazing, and people are doing it all the time. The opportunity is there for everybody, and the difference is what you want to put in, what you want out of it, having your vision and knowing what you want, and knowing that we have this awesome tool to use. And the company makes it really simple. It's just like 5 simple steps that are duplicatable, and you just keep doing these steps over and over and sharing that with your team, and it's amazing. And we had the privilege about a year ago, Teddy and I went to a conference in Long Beach in the spring, and there was a rising star, Katie Ravey from the UK, and she broke all records and made it to NMD in 1 year. She went all through this stair step in 1 year. Usually they tell people, honestly, to get to the NMD, it's between a 3 and 5 year journey, although many people have done it in less. It really depends on you. But this girl had done it in 1 year. Now, we just saw her, Sarah, Anita, Teddy, and I going to the Arizona conference last month. We just saw her on stage with a whole team of people. So not only did she just do it, because they thought it was maybe a fluke, she duplicated the system, and she's beyond 100 Club now in another year. And all of her team, which they brought on 31 new NMDs in this 1 year's time. It was just phenomenal and incredible. So it just helped us to really see that vision and know what's possible. There's no limits. It's really up to each person, and this business is so unique, and the company has such a great heart. It's I just feel so blessed. I really would love, to share that with as many people, because I know what's happening right now and what's possible. So I'm going to stop it there. There's so much information to share, but I want to see, we'll go into a Q&A and see what questions you might have, and we'll go from there.
Okay, so you should see the chat open again in the right-hand side. So please go ahead and any questions that you have about the business specifically, go ahead and type them in there. And again, we know typing takes time. We'll wait. While we're waiting for folks to put in their questions, I mean, like you mentioned, I was there at conference with you, and we got to see a lot of the different people and the different journeys that they took. And I just think it's amazing that, like, no, it's not guaranteed that you're going to make it to a certain point, but you can clearly see that when you put your mind to it, when you do what you need to do,
yep.
Like you're saying, people can accomplish amazing things, and we met so many people those few days who had such fantastic results and fantastic health because they started on Juice Plus before they started sharing it, and it's really cool.
And we have so much fun at the events. Like, one, you learn so much, but you meet so many just incredible people around the world, and you get to hear their stories, and you always end up relating with so much of these stories. Like, a lot of times I end up having tears in my eyes just hearing the stories and seeing how they changed their lives, and not even just them, but the people around them, the lives that they changed. So it's a really amazing opportunity.
I'm thinking the business questions might be a little more complicated to ask. A lot of information, and guys, just so you know, we didn't go into a lot of detail. We don't want to scare you or anything like that, because but when you're ready, when you're interested in learning more of the details, we have that information for you.
Say is I love our team so much. We have just a wonderful, outstanding, awesome team, and we'd love you to join our Free2BMe team. And if you're ready or like more information, please get back to the people that invited you or ask us questions, and we'd love to welcome you into our awesomeness.
That's how I would put it too. We would like to welcome you into our awesomeness.
Yes.
Okay.
I don't see any questions.
What's that?
I said I don't see any questions.
No, I guess you just explained it perfectly.
Let me double check on Facebook here.
Okay, yeah, good call.
Let's see. Nope, I just see another one that I'll handle later. It was about the Juice Plus. We'll talk about that later. So that was it. I didn't see any business questions.
Nope, I don't have any on this end too. That's awesome. I mean, it's awesome because, like I said, I feel like that means that you just did a fantastic job.
Well, thank you.
So with that, we are going to go ahead and bring this webinar to a close. Thank you so much for joining us. We really enjoyed it. Have a great day. We hope to hear from you soon.
Looking forward to it.
Any last words?
I was just looking for it.
Awesome. Bye.
Have an awesome day.